Welcome to Season 3, Episode 5 of the My Adventures with Superman podcast, reviewing Season 3, Episode 5, The Death of Superman, which originally aired July 12, 2026, story by Marguerite Bennett, directed by Chris Palmer. The battle for the future commences. Cyborg Superman is burning Metropolis down, and the only ones who can stop him are Superman, Supergirl and Superboy. Of course, this doesn't stop Lois and Jimmy from trying to help, as they try to convince Lex and Slade to help them weaken the villain, but this does not work. Hank is relentless, and he proves it with how he takes our heroes to the edge. Fueled with a kryptonite heart, Cyborg Superman lays waste to Superman, who tries to plead to his humanity, but it's just not there to be reasoned with. Buildings explode, the daily planet globe is ripped off, civilians barely escape with their lives, Superman finds himself dangerously poisoned by the kryptonite, and it seems that John's fate will come true. His father and mother will die tonight. Thankfully, he's got experimental armor to shield himself and Kara from the kryptonite. As it turns out, John wasn't avoiding Kara because he hated her, but because he loved her. In his future, she raised him and taught him all he knew. Reunited, aunt and nephew distract Cyborg Superman enough to help Clark go for one last grand attack, fueled by something inside that doesn't seem to be there anymore. Cyborg Superman gives up, defeated, but it would seem that Superman is no more too. His power's gone. And what's worse, John returns to his future, and it's different now. A future eradicated by Lex Luthor. Reviewer Tony Parker gives this episode a 5 out of 5 rating. The Death of Superman does something really clever by subverting our expectations in the best way. We all thought Cyborg Superman was the season's villain, but when we saw this was the mid-season finale, I don't think anyone truly thought Superman would die. No matter how many cues this season was taking from the reign of the Superman, I doubt anyone would have placed a wager on the Man of Steel's death. But it's exactly that lulls us into a false sense of security. Of course, it helps that this fight is spectacular, surpassing even the fight with Brainiac. This is exactly the kind of fight that should come close to killing Superman, and it's hard to believe it's not the finale fight. There's a lot of clever stuff here, like making the fight feel so bleak and dour that even Clark is losing his patience, the kryptonite armor that hides the twist that John can't be affected by it, and the reveal that he actually admires Kara. One thing I especially love is how evil Hank is, while still feeling tragic by the end. He's so betrayed and jealous that he can't even handle the idea that Superman could have a child. He's despicable, but you still feel just a little bad for him as he shuts down, essentially committing an emotional suicide. It's that final twist that really kills though. All the emotion from Superman's last second power-up, John's scenes with Kara, Lois' accepting her future son, Clark's statement about the future being for everyone, it all gets blown out of our guts like a punch to the stomach when we learn he's lost his powers. It's hinted at, of course, but it's not obvious until Clark says it, and it lays such a fascinating journey for the rest of the season. How will Clark get his powers back? Will Kara be forced to be the only hero? And will it exhaust or hurt her? How will Lois feel now that Clark can't have the future he truly wanted? And that's without mentioning the ending where Lex rules the future. If I have one tiny qualm, it's that Lois and Jimmy, and to a lesser extent Lex and Slade, disappear from the episode once they fail to shut down Hank. True, there's not much they could have done, but they feel so absent that when Lois hugs John, it feels out of nowhere. I feel like there must have been a way to involve them more. Regardless, this was an excellent mid-season finale, one that raises so many questions. Where the hell does this all go? I don't know, but we'll find out very soon. I'm Steve Younis from SupermanHomepage.com.
Subscribe to our free Superman homepage newsletter and stay in the loop. Go to supermanhomepage.com/newsletter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and click on the bell to ensure you don't miss out on any of our new videos.